My number one concern about IEPs is how they limit your child's potential. They don't take into account that learning ability is not fixed and neither is IQ. Instead of doing cognitive therapies to optimize learning ability, they actually lower the bar, and that brings me to my very first point. Once we lower the bar, it usually tends to stay there. Sometimes we absolutely need to lower expectations temporarily. It's the inclusive and humane thing to do. But when expectations drop permanently because of lack of effective evidence-based interventions, opportunity shrinks and so does self-esteem. We can't grow, basically, right, beyond what others have expected from us, especially adults. We are in a position of power as adults, and we owe it to our kids to seek out and advocate for interventions that optimize learning, because our kids are so much more capable of more than what's on the IEP recommendation or even the psych ed assessment. My number 2 point is that most IEPs completely ignore the brain. There's decades of neuroscience showing that learning, IQ, focus, memory, these are all changeable with brain-based interventions. But IEPs rarely reflect that. They're built on this model that assumes that the child's abilities are fixed, and if I'm being honest, I think it's kind of negligent, and some people would even argue downright criminal. Every child deserves to live up to their full potential, not the limited worldviews of those who don't know the decades of research into the science of neuroplasticity and are working with the budgets of bureaucrats. And lastly, number 3, IEPs can quietly erode a child's confidence. Kids know when they're being treated differently. They know when they're not meeting the same standard. They see what their peers can do, and over time that can shape how they see themselves. Not being as capable, but as behind. So it's one thing when someone truly is limited. It's another for them to be limited by a societal protocol that is not rooted in the neuroscience of learning.